Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Bat Friends podcast, episode number 81, where two friends rediscover an animated classic. I'm one of your hosts, Chris, alongside the world champion, Joe. What's up, Joe?
I'm tired. It's hot out.
So, Joe, you want to know something interesting?
What was that?
The animated classic today is Spider-Man!
But why?
Because the spot.
Spot the spot. He's a spot, so spot him.
So we are about to watch episode 39 of Spider-Man, written by James Craig and directed by Bob Richardson.
So what I found crazy when I was going through, because this is on Disney Plus, hashtag not sponsored, was like, I'm like, well, no, because I watched this as it came out, and I'm like, wait a minute, I remember things happening way differently as far as like the chronology, because I was looking at other episodes, and I'm like, no, way more. Wow, really?
When you sent this to me, and when we talked about it, and we're like, we're going to do this, I was really excited because Spot rules.
Yep.
But two, after I watched it, I was like, I want to go back and watch Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
Because this show's really good.
It really is.
And I love that Stark's in this episode.
Yep. And it's the first time Tony Stark is in Spider-Man the Animated Series.
Although I forgot how much of the bad 90s CGI there is in the show.
Well, that's why I wanted to go through the intro, because it's just that fucking weird techno rock-up Spider-Man. Yeah. Fucking Kingpin. So, wait, hold on. I think I have notes. Yes. So here's my favorite part that I forgot about this episode. And they're going to get to into a minute when they fucking start doing the thing. Kingpin wanted to be the Spot.
Yeah.
There's a world in which the Kingpin... that's a what if you need to do.
What if the Kingpin became the Spot? I'll buy it tomorrow.
I know it's not comic continuity. I know it's the cartoon. It's a what if. Who fucking cares?
What ifs rule. You've done some recently, and they were pretty good.
Well, they always are pretty good. There's always a couple good ones.
I love what ifs, because what ifs are just such a... And they're one and done stories.
Yes.
And actually, it's funny because DC is doing what ifs now.
You don't say.
Not Elseworld stories. They're doing what ifs. Because their whole Tales from the Dark Multiverse is basically what ifs.
Right.
And they even started, I can't remember the dude's name, but they started with a dude who's an all-seer of the universe. That sees all and I'm just like, this is the Watcher! Like, you're doing a what if story. It's awesome.
Oh, Kingpin. I also didn't realize, like, this is the thing, we'll get to it, but he makes me laugh, because he's from the X-Men crossover.
It made me laugh because it's Two-Face.
It's true. But this is the one where Kingpin's like, 98% of my body is muscle. Or whatever. Like, just like, what? This is the part that made me laugh. I'm like, he wanted to be the Spot. Marvel, I will write what if Kingpin became the Spot tomorrow. Literally, it'll take me a day. It's fine. It'll be awesome.
Just the image of a Kingpin coming out of a Spot. And then this whole pre-Mary Jane knowing Peter Parker Spider-Man shit, like, how he has to like duck away all the time.
Well, because see, I don't remember this guy. Like, this is the Felicia Hardy. I don't remember this. I think it might be Jason Macendale. So it might be that I can't remember if they ever revealed that he's Hobgoblin or if they just were gonna do it and never did it. Because she calls him Jason, but I'm like, Jason who? Because they're like, he's got lines.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not just one of her dopey boyfriends. Yeah, Jason, I'm sorry. But this is the weird thing where I'm pretty sure, because this is after the Neogenic Nightmare and everything, that MJ is the water clone. So she's the one that Peter reveals to her that he's Spider-Man. And then he finds out that she's not really Mary Jane. And he's like, the fuck!
Now the Doctor discovered Spot World.
Yep, Spot World rules. Well, right there. The gust of wind is the greatest thing ever. They're in a closed laboratory. He's standing near a fucking black hole they just created. Not really. But, and he just, this is cool. And then they animate, random gust of wind knocks him into the hole. Like, really?
I also like the one spot above New York that's just sucking in the clouds.
Yeah, it's going to get there. It's taking its time. Because it's that thing, too, where it's like, okay, so what made these spots just go where they went?
Science.
It's in science. He's the spot, so spot him.
This is like, too, just holding back the...
And then gust of wind! The gust of wind is the real villain here. Spider-Man, help! Okay. Oh, fuck!
Oh, no!
Spot World.
So Spot World's all, like, chaotic, and then, yeah, it gets attracted to him somehow.
He's got a boner.
Because science.
Yeah. Because science. I love it. Take me an hour to web back. There it is. There's that CGI.
Yeah, right there.
State of the art, baby. That was state of the art. They loved that shot.
Oh, yeah. Dude, you've watched the Iron Man TV show from back then, too, right?
Oh, yeah. I watched it when it came out. I watched it when it
all
came out.
CGI.
Oh, yeah. It was all the craze. This is the thing I love, too. So then, okay, he's standing there. His mouth is moving, but it looks like his whole body is white. And then he pulls his hat off, and it's only the half hat like she has. So it's like, what's going on, buddy?
Watch this.
It's in my butt.
I never have to poop again. I love this. Whoop. I'm over here. Now I'm over here.
It's like I'm in the pool. Yeah. Reach to the one in my groin.
See, Batman thinks he has the world's greatest villains, but he doesn't have the Spot.
Nope. DC, if you want me to write a Tales from the Dark Multiverse, what if the Spot was a DC villain? We'll figure it out. See, and that's the thing. I love that too. It's just a bathtub. It's just the fucking boat. But I love that idea too, where it's like, okay, so here's this Spot, and the water's gushing into it. That means the water's gushing to Spot World.
Yeah.
So why isn't he just drowning in Spot World?
Oh no, gotta fix this one. Doop.
His weird fucking English accent makes me laugh.
I love it. The voice actor for him is fantastic.
I love Kingpin too. I just love Kingpin's voice actor.
Why have I not become the Spy yet?
I want to be the Spot.
Woo. You won't believe what I just did.
So Two-Face, a.k.a. Brant, you know who voices him, right?
No.
The scientist from TMNT2, Secret of the Ooze. That guy was in everything. Yeah, so the spots go to my chest, and for some reason my mask comes off of my mouth. I don't know. I'm wearing a jacket. That's cool.
It's like, I'm not sure what's going on, man. Like, I'm not sure whose idea it was to have white subtitles, but
yeah, it's the worst.
Happening.
It's hilarious to me too. I'm like, this is the worst show to do it on because there's white everywhere. Kingpin's just giant white. The Spot is white. They used very light backgrounds. Well.
Now to go be the Spot some more.
I'm gonna go steal a bunch of money. You're the Spot. Why do you need the device anyway?
Doesn't want Kingpin to steal it.
Kingpin doesn't know what it does or how to use it. You're the Spot. Sure, just covers his face. Who knows? That was one thing I always liked about the animated series too, is that they kept Dr. Connors around as like, an advisor and a mentor to Peter.
Yeah.
They absorb it's fucking CG. The CG cracks me up so much. And we can always believe, corporate industrialists.
It's true.
Like Tony Stark. I forgot how much of the show was Peter just being like, I'm never gonna get laid.
Mary Jane's mad at me. Boo-hoo.
I mean, it's kind of lame she always wears the same clothes every time I see her, but whatever, I guess.
But she's redhead. She gets away with it.
Mary Jane! Oh yeah, then Harry just freaks out on him, which is great too.
All I'm saying is
when you
Peter
stole MJ from me.
Peter should have known all along that anybody has hair that colored, that's like striped like that, is obviously evil.
We've talked about that, right?
I don't think so.
The Osborns have Jerry curls. Like, their hair is very tight and curly, like black hair.
Okay.
That's why it's wavy like that. It's like the Beast having the blue fucking tint to his fur. It's to show that there's... Because in, like, black hair that's real tight and curly, it naturally has waves in it. So that's why it's colored that way. They have fucking Jufros. I'm not kidding. This is not like this is a fan theory. This is like old artists. This is like fucking Ramita being like, yeah, that's what I always went for with it.
I'm going with the guy.
So they look like they have Corey Matthews hair, but red.
So evil.
This cracks me up so much too, where it's like they're both just standing there as the Spot is throwing giant bags of money.
My first question is, why does he need to throw the money out of there? He could just make the portal in the safe.
Well, because it's on the shelves. What's he sitting on?
Science.
What's he sitting on? Science. Oh no!
Not again! Hey, Spider-Man.
I abhor violence, but you know, man's gotta eat.
I love that too.
Yeah. I think that's from Spot's original appearance, honestly. I think that's a bit that happened.
Just
where he
taking
shot the
Spot.
webs. Yeah. Whether he took them off and held them like that, or whether he opened them and then they fucking did that.
My only question here is, you could have thrown him anywhere in the world.
He wanted to find Carmen Sandiego. And she's going to try and steal the Statue of Liberty. You said anywhere in the world, and I had to go there.
And you chose to keep him in New York, where you're trying to steal things. This is funny too, Spider-Man on a boat. I like that.
I'm on a boat, motherfucker.
Much like Batman, has technology that could help the rest of the world, and chooses not to. That CGI is fantastic.
I mean, in fairness, it's just a radio tracker. Like, it's not... It's something that is widely available.
Wasn't it a GPS?
Kinda, but it was like basic GPS like really did exist at the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not this is ridiculous to me too. Spot just tries to steal a ring just cause. Like, there's no real reason. He doesn't need it. He's like, hey, give me that.
Bye, coppers.
Yeah, those cops are dead. We never see them come out anywhere else. Those cops are dead.
That should be the after credit sequence. Because, spoiler alert, Spot turns good.
Kind of.
And then they kind of just let Spot go, and then they just cut after the credits and be like, these cops just float around and be like, what the fuck?
Bye! The fuck?
How do you fight that?
That's where I was asking myself. So I'm like, how do you actually beat the Spot? I have this note. I don't know what it is. I don't think I'm going to get there. But I just wrote, The Flash did it, and I'm not sure why. I don't know what that was in reference to. But it was really funny to me at the time. I can usually remember, but yeah, all the light tones are really fucking with me right now.
I just...
Mary Jane! What?
We need live action Spot.
Oh god, yes. I love it. I don't care. Spot's rules.
Like that image that everybody picks out of Spot when Spider-Man punches him.
And then hits himself in the fucking
like
head.
I need to see that in live action.
I did a HeroClix for him on Nexus.
Mm-hmm.
And it really kind of broke my heart a little bit that, like, he went decades without being used.
Yeah.
Like, he was introduced, and I think he was a Ditko crazy or something, and then they used him twice, maybe, and then everyone just forgot about him until after this. Or, like, somebody used him in the 90s, maybe.
I mean, I haven't read Spider-Man until recently, but I don't even know if he's been a prominent villain in my reading time.
No,
like
probably
comics reading time.
Probably not.
And it's sad because Spot rules.
Spot does rule. But that's just it, where it's like, he makes spots. So, what are you going to do with him? Make spots.
Exactly.
I mean, what you kind of have to do is do it where, like, creating the spots starts to exert him, so he gets tired. So that there's some measure to why he can't just keep being like, boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop.
So his first appearance was in 1984.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's right. It was Shrimp? Yeah. Al Milgram and Herb Shrimp. That's right.
And then... Because I have that book.
Oh, of course you do.
Yeah, because I remember I was able to... I think... No, I was at a con, and somebody had it, and I had to buy it.
Well, that hits the spot. Fucking punny Spider-Man.
Love it.
I don't know why Kingpin has these glass elevator things all the time that he just put people in. What?
So, the last appearance of Spot.
Peekaboo! Spider-Man just did the move to Kingpin. He did Batman's move. You missed it.
Yeah. This whole sequence is great.
A pie eating contest, because it's a fat joke, because it's the 90s.
So
approximately 2% of my body mass is fat. That's what it is.
So he shows up at Spider-Man 2099. And then as a part of 2016's Marvel Now.
Yeah.
Spot kidnaps Jessica Jones by punching her to an unknown van.
Yep.
That's the sentence they use. Spot later appeared as a member of the Sinister Six that is led by Aaron Davis.
Okay, hold on. This is important.
Yep.
So, there's the giant Spot that's going to swallow the Earth whole. So, they're explaining how if you're closer and we boost your power, you might be able to clone. Spider-Man is a scientist? Batman's a scientist. That's all I can think of. Spider-Man is a scientist? Batman's a scientist. So then Kingpin offers to give them a jet because he has a crazy jet hangar in his Empire State Building. There's no profit to be made in the destruction of the planet, which means that Kingpin is more moral than the Republican Party. Watch out for that gust of wind. You're really close now.
That's right. Spot had... Okay, so when they did Infinity Wars...
Oh, yeah.
And I think I sent it to you because randomly Spot's just in the gang that goes to fight somebody.
Spot rules. Unlimited power!
Yeah, it's like, oh shit, there's a giant Spot about to engulf everything. Let's send Spot to save it.
I can do it! Let me do it!
I have the power!
I can close the hole from the inside. I've heard that before. This is weird too. Well, there's no food or water in that Spot world, but sure, I'll go with you. At least we'll bone before you die. Well, and now Spider-Man has to learn how to pilot a jet.
There is water.
Hold on. Spider-Man has to learn how to pilot a jet.
He knows how to pilot a jet. He's
no,
Spider-Man.
She wasn't flying. She was flying it, not him. So he's now in the middle of... What really is what makes me laugh. If he waits for a boat to go by, just... fucker, Kingpin, get this later. Just jumps up. Hey, Tiger, we need to talk. Listen, I'm sorry I was such a bitch. I was on the rag. You're okay, guy. She wears those fucking cowboy boots all the goddamn time.
Did you see that Spot, dude? He was fucked up, wasn't he?
That was weird. Especially since I love you. Because, that's how people talk.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
It's a lady.
And then Joker. Oh, wait. Nope, it's the Hobgoblin.
And this is how we connect it all together. Yep. Because Mark Hamill voices this character.
Exactly. The fool! You shall be handsomely paid. Yeah, I think it's Brant is the spy. Why does Hobgoblin want the dimensional portal technology? I don't know. He's just a dick.
He's Hobgoblin. He's got plans.
It's funny because Hobgoblin was maybe the character that existed the longest in the Spider-Verse without there ever being like, this is who he is. Because it was always a patsy, and it was always, like that Goblin War. The Hobgoblin returns, this time with a time dilation accelerator. This fucking show, I swear. I loved it, though. I loved it so much. Yeah. 1 season, 65 episodes.
Yeah.
That was Secret War. Or no, that's not Doctor Strange. We're Secret Wars.
They do Secret Wars?
Yeah, it's like 2 episodes. Hold on. There's the Neogenic Nightmare. Yeah, so it's got to be after this. It's got to be towards the end. Because it's the whole Madam Web and the Beyonder are testing. I forgot about Rocket Racer. So it's got to be this way. That's a great episode. Because that's where, like, they show Jonah, like, back on the beat being a news reporter to clear Robbie Robertson's name, and it's hilarious. Because it's like, it's the whole thing, like, I gotta put my hat back on. Yeah, that's where Felicia becomes the cat, which is super hot, and probably why I like Joker so much. That was weird. No, right, but that's Morbius.
Oh, really?
Because they wanted to put out a toy with Morbius as a fucking bat monster. So
funny.
They made a fucking episode where he becomes a bat monster. The Lizard King! Prowler.
Is that Red Skull?
Yeah, you don't remember this?
No.
6 Forgotten Warriors. That's where he teams up with Cap.
I don't remember these.
That's where the Wizard.
So
why did they call you the Wizard? Because I go Wiz.
I had, when they started releasing the X-Men cartoons on DVD, my brother was buying them. And
yeah, that's where Mary Jane's a clone.
That's fantastic.
Yep, Secret Wars.
That's awesome. And I realized that my first introduction to Captain America was that cartoon. Because I forgot he shows up, like, in one of the last seasons.
Yeah, when it's him and Wolverine. Because that's Secret Wars Chapter 3 Doom. Then it's the Spider Wars, and that's where there's all the clones. And then that where it's like, Spider Carnage, which was, they never explicitly say it, but it was the Spider Carnage from when Ben Reilly was the Spider-Man, and it's that costume. So it's like they kind of talk about it, and you kind of had to fill in the dots. Like this is the current comic Spidey that's gone nuts with Spider Carnage, and then it's Madam Web's like, I had to make sure you were ready, that you were the one. Let's go find Mary Jane, because apparently she's in the fucking multiverse. Don't know why, because they never actually address it, because the series got canceled.
Joe and I have committed. If we can get 75 patrons on patreon.com/ForceComicNews, we will keep the show going, and we will do Spider-Man, the animated series, all, 65 episodes?
Yes.
And then if you guys continue to go along with us through that entire series, and you like it, we will then transfer that show over and do X-Men, the animated series, exclusively on Patreon.
Oh, is that what it's going to be?
Well, maybe we'll do it like a week early on Patreon. We'll figure something out.
Whatever, yeah. Guys, I'm just finding about this right now, so...
We're figuring this out as we go. Basically, get us to 75 patrons so that I can pay Joe to do this thing.
Joe likes money.
We all do.
What were we talking about before you all of a sudden decided, like, hey, let's do a production meeting in the middle of the recording?
We were going through the episodes and talking about how awesome the show was. That's when I was just like, we need to figure out a way to make this a show. But I need to justify it because my old lady will kill me if I don't.
It's hard enough for us to record as is.
So, Joe, where can people find you on the internet?
JoePank.com, JoePanc.com. There's a whole bunch of links there. There's a whole bunch of stuff. There is an article all about the spot in comics, which may be important to your interests. You can also follow me on Twitter at Cthulhu Holmes or Joe Pank. You search either one, it'll get you there. If you don't want to, that's fine, because Twitter's the worst. Fuck you, Twitter. You can follow me on Instagram, which is not the worst because it's mostly just food, and it used to be boobies in the before times, and my pudding pictures, at JoePank36. And as always, if you want my other podcast, Joe Meets World, up to 3 days early, uncut and unedited, that Chris is on sometimes, a lot more because of the pandemic, you can go to patreon.com/JoePank and do that.
Chris is the only one willing to go through COVID to do Joe Meets World.
Chris didn't have a baby. Days.
Oh, yeah. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, he's never going to listen to this.
Probably not. Love you guys. You can find me at chrisrunt.com. That's CHRISRUNDT.com. Or at Fortress Chris on the Twitter machine. Remember, everybody, 5-star reviews on podcast things. Like, subscribe, share, comment down below on the YouTubeage. And if you want to go the extra mile, go to that Patreon, patreon.com/sportscomicnews, where $2 gets you the show early. And the more of you that do it, I prefer if you did $100, but I don't care if you do $1. As long as 75 of you do it, we're going to do that show.
You done?
Thank you all so much for listening. We'll see you all next week.
Joe, enjoyyourfrozendick.com. I forgot. Give the gift of Joe. Give the gift of a frozen dick.